Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. We've got so much stuff. I feel like there was so much news and so much that's been happening away from the show that you might want to know about. First thing we're going to start with is this. It did drop earlier today. It was from the Wyatt Sicks. They said, "We will take pleasure in this." You can see that here it says, "It is in your nature to destroy yourselves." Now, we think we know where that has come from. We think we know what quote that is. It is worth just mentioning, you can sort of see like Rowan here. Over here, I think we've got Gacy. This over here looks like it might be Dexter. Like, it feels like this is the Wyatt Sicks looking at a screen of the American Maids, because you can sort of see the reflections in the screen, right? So there is like another kind of little thing in there. So we had this earlier. Jimmy, thank you, but thank you everyone that tagged me in that. So here, Word of Wrestling says, blah, 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 "It is in your nature to destroy yourself." This is for all the geeks out there. It is a line from Terminator 2. Some other people did point out that it feels very similar to a Papa Roach line, but I think that was just a little bit different. This one, it fits exactly. And also, you know, the fact that it's Terminator 2, Judgment Day. That got a few people excited, wondering if this was going to connect to Judgment Day, the group. I don't think so. I think this was their message, basically, that this is your Judgment Day. So sending a very clear message that tonight's the night, fully focused on American Maids. And what a match, man. I thought that match was so good. I can tell you, I mean, we've got a very pro Wyatt Sicks community, right? I can tell you that it scored all-time 46%. So the way that we score, it's either bad, good, great, or all-time. And there's only a handful of matches like Cody against Roman at WrestleMania that have managed to get into that all-time bracket. This did. So it was very, very well received from our community. Now, I'm still confused by this, to be honest. Bailey, thank you. This is a post from Rowan. And down in the comments, he says, "I have made a new friend." So, yeah, made a new friend in Calgary. This is from Eric Redbeards. And literally it says, "made a new friend in Calgary." Now, obviously, people were looking at that thinking, oh my God, is he hinting at a new member? People are always going to think that, right? And certainly with the tweets of, "I hear you, I hear you, I hear you." We've spoke a lot about that in the past few days. And I do like the idea of that being different people in the group. One of those may have been Alexa. Now all of a sudden he's saying, "I've made a new friend." I feel like he knows what he's doing. I think he's done that on purpose, created a bit of buzz. I don't know if he's not talking about this. I don't know if he's not actually talking about this that was in maybe his hotel room that was like greeting him or something. Perhaps it's literally just a reference to this soft toy. I don't know. But I got tagged in this loads. That's the world we live in now. Rowan can make friends with the soft toy and I will get about 30 tags, which I'm really grateful for. I want to see all the conversation. I want to know what people are talking about, right? So, but yeah, that didn't lead to anything tonight on Raw. Then, of course, we got a new graphic, and it did have Nikki, and of course, Nikki would be on the show. I did say this. My gut feeling is I still expect to see her. We know that Ivy was going to make up one of the members of American Made, so it just makes sense that we need a woman on the other side. People were wondering if this might result in Alexa coming in. I do wonder if they left Nikki off to create conversation. We know they're very good when it comes to manipulating the fan base, getting the fan base to talk about things, and you know, it was a bit of free promotion. So was it a botch, or did they do it to get a bit of conversation going? Don't know, genuinely don't know. But just before the show, we did get an updated graphic. Nikki was on that graphic, and of course, she would be on the show anyway. So, Bradley, thank you. Yeah, there was a video package that was shown just before the Wyatt Sicks came down. I will admit, I didn't pay it a great deal of attention because to me it was a recap package. So I was chatting away during the live stream, and then all of a sudden I was getting tagged in this, and I had no idea where this had come from. Like, I was like, have I missed this? Where's this come from? Like, what is this? Here's Coaster Maniacs, who I saw first, tagged me in this, says it asks for a code. So if you put a file number in, like, don't know if it's related. So basically, people were looking at this, and that does look like a phone number. If you call that, you did actually get through to someone. It was an automated system that wanted an ID. So people then started putting that number in, and then it did take you to another level. But then, of course, it wanted another code. So people were trying like 7124 and 71, and they were trying different things, but like varying degrees of success. So this was causing a lot of confusion. This actually, I don't want to say distracted me, but it did during the live stream, because all of this was playing out whilst Raw was happening, right? Because this was shown at the start of the show just before the Wyatt Sicks match. So Coast Maniacs, thank you. We do have an update on this, right? Do not phone that. Do not phone that. We have an update. Yep, Slamex, shout out to you. I did ask for people to tag me in stuff, and I did get some, in all fairness. Slamex was the first that I had seen. So if we actually go just slightly bigger picture, I love the Kintsugi on the arms. Love the Kintsugi on the arms. So we know that Kintsugi is where you've got something broken, you repair it with, you know, the gold in between. That's kind of what Nikki's mask looks like. And it looks like it's on her face as well. I think these are like darker lines that kind of go down here that sort of represent the Abby mask. The Abby, the puppet kind of face, you know? And she's got that on the mask as well. So we've still got the Kintsugi up here, but look at it all on the arms and the upper body as well, which I just thought looked great. That's a little detail I had not seen before. So I really liked that. The other thing as well was Bray's hair. Some people were saying it just looked a little bit shorter this week. Again, I'm not too sure on that. That's something that we'll have to dig into. Okay, Wrestle Knight said this is awesome. This is like old. I don't know where this has come from. So 2023 this. So Kyle said, I cuss too much. Sorry. Second, you've got no idea what a night like this felt like. Think of his kids and of Joe and his family. So this must be when he returned May 2019. Okay, so this must be to do with the Funhouse, because we were showing Funhouse at this time. Oh, this would be the arrival of the Fiend, wouldn't it? So this is like a personal message, which I don't know that I've seen this before, but this would be a personal message between, if we go full screen, Kyle and Bray. Congrats, brother. We changed wrestling forever. I'm at the tour concert, brother. Damn, so the mask debuted. My phone is blowing up, but service is shiz. Just saw it online. F yes, I'm beaming. I'm so happy for you. You lucky dude. Tall is my favorite. But yeah, we made this happen. And there's a lot of cool shiz still to come. So there we go. That is a personal message which has been shared by Kyle. And this strikes me as literally the night of the Fiend first arriving. So it's pretty cool, that, isn't it? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I like that. I like that. So, Wrestle Night, thank you. Right, and to make things even more kind of OMG, we got a new update on the actual, like, this journal. Archive recovered. That's the words I was looking for. So here we've got this. So, Rave, thank you. So, Audire is Latin to hear. Right, Metal Mama, shout out to you. So on Kintsugi, we got this new entry, or I think is it Audire? Audire, right? Even now, the words of the red grow strong, so that would be Bray. Whisper like 1,000 voices. So even when it's quiet, he can hear. He can hear the words of the red. He's got Bray in his mind. This feels like it's Bo Probably Bo. I wouldn't think this is Howdy. It feels like Bo. Screaming in silence. Gilding the knife until our hands are one and the same. That, I think, is guiding the knife, sorry, until our hands are one and the same. That's really interesting because that suggests that as he's going about doing whatever he's doing, right, he can feel the presence of Bray. So it's not just he can hear him, but he can feel him. I don't think we're talking possession. I just think we're talking he can feel and hear him around. And I just think, you know, that people want to believe in that as well. They want to believe that Bo is doing Bray's work. And so this just sort of supports that. You speak, we follow. My life for you. Now, what that does for me is it just goes back to that tweet the other day with that Bible verse and the I hear you, right? That just kind of reinforces that was, to me, Bray speaking with the I hear yous being those Wyatt Sicks members, past and present, that are still receiving the messages from the word of the red. I believe that is Bray and his followers. We obviously did the breakdown videos on that, and this sort of feels like it's supporting that at the moment. So another update here, which doesn't give us it doesn't push anything forward. It doesn't tease that Alexa's on the way. It doesn't tell us who the next targets are. It doesn't give us anything monumental, but it does just sort of give us an insight into Bo's mind and where we are right now. And he can really feel the presence of Bray. So, Wrestle Night, thank you. So here, look, the Latin word Audire means to hear. It is the root of many English words related to hearing. So to hear or to listen. Okay, right, here, let's go back to this, shall we? So the patient ID is a phone number. It asks for an ID, enter the case number. It takes you to 2 different paths. Each need an ID. I just haven't figured out past there, says Brett Lee, right? Ethan responded by saying, look, this phone number, it's not related because the system that it took you to, right, was an electronic telephone attendance system, right? Santrax. And apparently this is used by home health aides and other providers. Okay, so that is not a number that we should be calling. And we even got confirmation from Rob Fee. Rob Fee actually came out and he was like, listen, it's unrelated. It's unconnected. You shouldn't be calling that number. So I don't know that this, again, people wondered. And I wondered if this was connected with Alexa. And again, why are we wondering that? Well, that tweet the other day had 6 I hear yous. One of them, I believe, is a reference to Alexa. Now we've got a case file of a patient who was in session on the 1st of July. If Alexa is starting to work towards her return, her being in therapy and getting some help, just like we saw Howdy doing, right, during Nightbirds, that would make sense to me. That would make sense. I don't know that this is. Certainly we know that's not a number. Do not call it. But I don't know. This could just be a reference to kind of Nightbirds and where we have been. Because I think we were still doing Nightbirds at this time. So it might just be a reference to Nightbirds after all has been said and done. So a little bit of a walk there, but stuff that I think you really do need to be aware of, right? So that's all the Wyatt Sicks stuff. I do want to have a look at Uncle Howdy's hair, actually. I wonder if I can Google search Uncle Howdy live. I did mean to get a picture into the folder. Look, straight away, boom. And straight away, look, Alexa Bliss. There we go. Look, I don't know that that's shorter. I don't know that that's short. I mean, that is quite long, isn't it? That is quite long. I also don't know. I mean, I think it is the braids again, and we still have the red one. Is that shorter? I don't know. I do like them all looking up, though. All of them looking up. Obviously not these two at the moment, but he is, she is, Gacy is. It was great, man. It was such a good match. And look at these visuals. Nikki's new look is perfect. They all look so damn good with their looks, says Wyatt Sicks. Great Sister Abigail in there as well. And I really liked how they sort of sat back, you know? I really liked how they sat back like Howdy, and he allowed them to. Sometimes they were doing well, sometimes they weren't. And he was just sort of there. He did get involved at the end, but they had it under control by the time he actually got into the ring. So, yeah, just brilliant. Brilliant. And look at that for a shot. Look at that. Look at that. Loads of... I love that spot with the barricades. That was great from Eric Rowan. There was... This, honestly, people loved this match. People really, really enjoyed it. So that was Wyatt Sicks. Let's go top story. We're going to move away from Wyatt Sicks. So here, Kiana James has been pulled from WWE's active roster for reasons currently unknown. She hasn't been released. She's just gone into the miscellaneous section, right? So there we go, Kiana James. Don't know what's happening there. Then we had Tom Colohue, who said the general feeling is that WWE have let Kiana James down by not using her. She's been moved from the active roster while they attempt a rethink and a relaunch, right? Bia saying she's had a booby job, right? And Bia was not alone in that. That was the leading theory. The noisiest theory I heard, and it was very loud today, was that she'd had a boob job. She had had enhancements, right? I didn't know about that. I thought I would just put this in because that was the leading theory. But then we got this just 4 hours ago, right? From PW Insider. So, James, thank you. And CM Chunk, thank you as well. Kiana James has suffered an injury to her leg that is expected to keep her out of action for 6 months. So there we go. It's not anything to do with lack of creative, although I think that is true because we've called her up and then we haven't had anything for her. It isn't to do with a booby job, right? It's to do with the fact she's got an injury, a leg injury, and she is out of action for 6 months. So that is the latest on Kiana James. Right, bit of blood here, Kian. Shout out to you. Obviously, the match has been announced. We know it's going to be Drew, CM Punk inside Hell in a Cell. And this was CM Punk's Instagram story picture. Just this posted 46 minutes ago by Fightful. Hell awaits. Hell awaits. Here's Karrion Kross. Let's see what Karrion's got to say. Karrion Kross obviously involved in with The Miz at the moment. Liars in plain sight. He has a story. He has history. People ignore it because it's not his story. Only one person's story seems to matter around here. People don't deserve The Miz. I'm not telling anybody anything they don't already know. He's working hard at trying to recruit The Miz by the looks of it. Seems like he wants to bring him into the fold. And I don't know. I'm interested to see where that story goes. They seem to have pivoted a little bit. It definitely feels like New Day might split on that anniversary show. You know, they made it very clear that the 10-year anniversary is coming up in November. And we know there's been a bit of trouble there, so I don't know that they're out the woods yet. The Xavier Woods, right? But it does look like Karrion has now turned his attention to The Miz rather than doing what he was doing with Kofi and Xavier. Right, Henry, shout out to you. So Wrestlevotes said, I'm hearing that the main event for Bad Blood will be made official tonight. As many have predicted, it will be Punk, Drew, Hell in a Cell. That was posted 6 hours ago. And yeah, look, Maverick said, I hate this MFR, right? And I gotta be honest, this is what annoys me about Wrestlevotes. I think they're a very good source. They've clearly got connections. They posted this 6 hours before we found out. So fair play. They've clearly got sources. But why tell us something that we're going to find out just a few hours later? Like, I don't see that as a good, positive thing for us. All it's done is ruin a segment. Because there was no way of avoiding this. Everyone was sharing it. I couldn't avoid it. So I think if you'd stayed off the internet, but then if you'd stayed off the internet, this is out of date anyway. So if you avoided this, well, now it's irrelevant. You don't need to see it. But if you saw it, well, then it ruined a segment. I just don't get this. I don't get it. I don't like for something that's going to be on the show in a few hours after you post it. What's the point? So rant over. But yeah, it was made. Henry just going main events. Yeah, probably should be the main event, in all fairness. I don't know that Cody is going to be defended on that show. Gunther might be against Sammy. That feels like the direction we're going. But I don't know about Cody. He's defended on Friday, so he might not have to defend at Bad Bloods. So yeah, Punk Drew, the blow off of that feud. I could see it main eventing. Julian said we got a War Games promotion. I know you saw it during the show, but I wanted to mention it anyway. They've confirmed Survivor Series will be War Games. So excited for seeing that in Canada. I'm not a massive fan of War Games, but this year I think will be good. Hence my excitement, because it's Bloodline versus Bloodline. And I think that them inside of a cage, inside of a War Games, give me that. I'm definitely down for that. So War Games, yep, let's go. I do prefer the AEW approach of Blood and Guts. I think it just looks better. I think it looks more violent. And it's more to my taste, really. But yeah, the War Games one, it's a bit full of weapons, and it's, you know, it's all right. It's just not, it's all right. But I do want it for this year, because I do want Bloodline. So yes, it's been confirmed. Let's go. Oh my God, the greatest line ever. Look, you will always be a close second favorite to my actual favorite. And my all-time favorite is none other than Bill Goldberg. It's the greatest line, man. Honestly, it's just, I can't put enough praise on it. Right here, look at this. Look at this Bret the Hitman Hart outfit right here. So that is quite the t-shirt that he was wearing. This is Xavier interrupting the conversation between The Miz and Karrion Kross. So very fun. Yeah, I haven't seen this. Night Legacy, thank you. This is Triple H. Only 15 seconds long, backstage with Bret the Hitman Hart.
Thanks, Bret. That was great. You feel good? That was great. That was awesome. Thank you very much for these. Yeah, thanks for being here. Super hell of a reaction. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, feel good? Really good. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks.
There we go. There we go. So Triple H is like, that was great. Did it feel good? That's a nice little moment there. Nice little moment with Bret and Triple H. You know? That's nice. I would love to see him do more. I would love to see him do more. Yeah, this was big news. I don't know if this was announced on the show, and I missed it. It was certainly put out on social media. WWE announcing that from Monday, October 7th, Raw will be 2 hours through to the end of 2024. That to me is the key bit there. So from October 7th through to the end of 2024, it'll be 2 hours. After that, we don't know, but I'm fairly confident it'll go back to 3, because I think that Netflix have paid a lot of money, and I think that I could see it going back to 3. I think the only reason it's going to 2 is because we're not meant to be on USA Network. USA Network is not where this show is meant to be now, because we're going to Netflix. It's just the Netflix deal starts in January. We end early here. Like, we've still got a few months left of the year. They managed to negotiate something, but it looks like it's only going to be for 2 hours. So I'm down with it, honestly. I mean, I, for years, have wanted Raw to 2 hours. I've sat through a lot of bad Raws, right? A lot of bad third hours. So I can't really sit here now and complain. The only problem is Raw is about as good as it has been for so long. Like, now is not really the time that I'm looking for it to go to 3 hours. I think a lot of fans would be like, no, I don't want it to 2 hours now. I'm happy with 3, right? I think people don't want it to go to 2 now. But I don't know. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be tight. I think, like, you know, Raw is the best show in my opinion. And so imagine taking all the rubbish out that you're not interested in and just having really good 2 hours. This is going to cook, man. I'm so excited for this. I don't look at that as a negative. I think they've just made the best show better. That's my take on it. So, but we'll see. Wrestle Night says, Omos? Yeah, look at this. We've got Tony. We've got someone here, right, who's going to step up to Obafemi. the person, if they stand up straight, look like they're going to be up here, but we don't know if this is not making them look bigger, right? There's been people saying Moose, and I really like that because I don't really know Moose. So I really like that. I like that shout of it being Moose. But I don't know if this person was to stand up straight, and if this is accurate, they would be up here, which would put them about here, which that feels like a good size difference between Tony and Omos. So I'm really torn on it. Some people are saying Omos. Some people are saying Moose. I genuinely don't know, but Tony has paid this person to deal with the Oberfemi problem. So hopefully we get an answer on this tomorrow. Right, yeah, let's watch this, shall we? So Wrestle Night, shout out to you. This dropping just before Raw. Honestly, so much news. This show was bonkers. Right, here's Ava.
As WWE Week on USA kicks off with Monday Night Raw, I have some unfortunate news. Due to somewhat conspicuous circumstances, the Rascals are unable to compete tomorrow night. However, Nathan and Axiom will still defend their NXT tag titles, and the team that will challenge for those titles are former NXT Tag Team Champions and two-time WWE Tag Champions, the Street Profits. And that match will kick off NXT.
So there we go. They're going to start NXT. I don't know why the Rascals aren't involved. I haven't heard anything at the time of recording this, so if I can find that information, I'll try and bring it, but we might have to wait for tomorrow when hopefully this information emerges. So yeah, I've not seen anything, but Rascals out, Street Profits replace him. This has done the rounds. I saw WrestleLamia posting this about Roman 15 million, Cody 10, Randy 10, Seth 9. It could be correct. It felt a touch high to me. But obviously there have been a lot of renegotiations. That feels about right. I was always under the impression Brock was on 12. Roman was on about that as well. Cody probably about the 8 mark. So I don't know. This was above what I was thinking, but not massively like, no, there's no way. But Sean says literally none of these are accurate. So there we go. This is doing the rounds, and Sean has come out and gone, none of this is correct. So all of that can be dismissed. So I don't know what the actual numbers are, to be honest. I don't know what the actual numbers are. But it ain't them, apparently, according to Sean. Right, the main reason, Hayden, thank you, that Bret wanted to be on this show, apparently, is that they're going to tear this arena down soon, the Saddledome. And he wanted to be there for one final time. So I don't know if that's true. Well, I'm sure that's true about it being tore down, but I don't know if that's the main reason why he wanted to be there, you know? He hasn't been on WWE TV for quite a while, and I don't think he really wanted to go on whilst Vince was there, so it could just be timing, but that's another reason, shall we say. Look at what this boomer's up to. Look at this mad boomer. Right, Wrestle Night said the old order of things have passed. So Paul Ellering says, the staff of wisdom stirs the fire of truth. To pain be the glory, hallelujah. Cross is the alpha and the omega. AOP's blood is cold. Raw, the old order of things has passed away. Nevermore. Right, so I don't know what this boomer's doing, but I can't say that anything really showed itself tonight regarding Final Testament, so I don't know, man. Something to keep an eye on here. Great image, though. I must admit, I got tagged in this a few times, and it was very eye-catching. Very eye-catching, so keep an eye on Final Testament. Wrestle Night, thank you. So here we've got Calgary Hitmen. So these shirts, exclusive shirts, available. Grab them as Raw rolls into town from the Calgary Hitmen. There is Bret modeling one. So there we go. Lots of WWE news. And of course, on the show, you will have seen matches being made. We know that Damian and Finn want to get their hands on each other at Bad Blood. We know that Liv Rhea has been made for Bad Blood as well. So much that went down. Oh, and that Drew moment where he called out like Wade. I just wanted that to marinate a little bit more. I wanted to dream of Wade coming back and having a match, but they kind of shot that down quite quickly, didn't they, unfortunately? So we've done that. Let's have a look at fun, shall we? Look at this. Tonight, I believe tonight, there is Bayley, there is Mercedes at the premiere of the Killer Game. So they're out on the town. So Sean posting that. Look at this. This might be one of the best autographs Bret has ever done. Bret Hart. And there, look, he's got the horns and the fangs. And that is very good. So, Batman, the Savior, thank you. Yeah, I meant to look at this. I don't even know what this is.
Background comes about this age, 3-year-old, growing up with my uncle, Rey Mysterio Sr.
And this is your son, by the way.
Yes, this is my son, Dominik. He's 3 years old. Pretty much I was around his age when my parents used to travel a lot. I always left with my uncle, Rey Mysterio Sr., so I was pretty much first time running the ropes when my uncle Ray.
There he is, look. So when I saw this clip and I was like, is it really him when he was like 3? 3? I was like, okay, well, I'll give it a watch. I didn't get time to give it a watch. We're watching it now. There we go. Young Dominik. I mean, I shouldn't laugh at a 3-year-old, but I mean, you know, why not? Hayden, shout out to you, brilliant. Yeah, new Street Trash shirt. People have asked me what I think about it. My thoughts are, I think that would look good on them on TV because it's big, it's bold, it's a bit cartoony. There's nothing really offensive there. So I don't mind this bit. I don't know who's going to buy it, right? That's not what I would have done for Street Trash. I was thinking more graffiti. They've gone with, like, bin juice, really, haven't they? So, not a fan of that. Apparently, on the back, you've got that kind of design. I don't think that one looks as good, right? And I hate these dumpsters, man. I hate these dumpsters. Who's going to want to wear that on a night out? Who's going to go out with their mates and put on that? I do think the Street Trash name is a good name in the sense of I could see some young hipsters creating a clothing brand calling it Street Trash. And like, you know, your Kim Kardashians paying, you know, $500 for a shirt. And she's wearing like a Street Trash shirt that's got a little summit here. Like, I feel like the name could be quite trendy. I don't mind. I really don't mind. I don't think this sells. I don't think it's going to sell well. And I think the garbage bins are just atrocious. I hate those. I'm really not sure about that. Maybe if it was a bit smaller and it was the logo. I don't know. I just wonder who's going to go out their way to buy these. Who's going to buy them? And I think JD's thinking the same. You guys guessed it. So I don't think JD is thrilled. So, yeah. But I can see, like, Liv and JD and Carly all wearing this shirt. I can see that with them coming out in their street trash shirts. But I got to tell you, man, the backlash, people don't like it. Here's Liv, right, about what her picture on her phone screen is. Right?
Mine too.
This is kind of fun, actually. Her screensaver.
Are you serious? Yes. She already knows what it is. It's a picture I've had as my screensaver for like 3 years. It's because when I came
Here we go.
this photo, I thought it was hilarious.
Laughed for like a solid day.
So I made it my screensaver because every time I open my phone, it just makes me smile, which is like, that should be a goal. But what it is, it's a...
There we go. So this is what's on her screensaver on Liv's phone. So they're saying, did you change it? And she says, no, but I am now finally open to it. So she has got Parmesan cheese, and a restaurant somewhere had spelt it Parmesan like that. They'd spelt it completely wrong. It's not even really how it's pronounced. Or it's kind of, I suppose, spelt as it's pronounced, but it's not spelt like this. So she loves that. She loves how that, and that is the picture on her lock screen, apparently. Because every time she sees it, it makes her smile. So I thought you might want to know what Liv's lock screen image is. So there we go. Right, let's go to other, shall we? So here, the girl that made the bracelet, she's not apologizing. She said a heads up would have been nice, lol, right? Because they're now making Larry and AJ bracelets. WWE now selling CM Punk friendship bracelets. Something she should have been doing a long time ago. So Batman Savior, shout out to you. Here we've got Kairi showing off the stitches on her eye. So Wrestle Night, thank you. Interesting image. Yeah, this is big, man. This is big. So here, AEW Shockwave might be set for a Fox TV deal. If it is, that is huge. That is huge. That would mean that potentially, people are saying it could be a Monday. We might have a Monday Night War. We might have Raw on Netflix. And we might have AEW Shockwave on Fox. Both on a Monday. Monday Night War. That would be massive. That would be absolutely massive. A lot of people thought Shockwave was going to be like Shane McMahon. But if it turns out to be a Fox TV deal... Right, this tribalism will just go to a whole new level of insanity if that's what's happening, right? Sean Ross Sapp said he has heard the rumors, but he doesn't know any more than that. So don't put anything into this yet. But I would say as much of as people are saying, oh my God, I think this is going to be Shane, there's a big conversation at the moment that they might have a TV deal with Fox. And if you think about it, Raw is coming off on a Monday, right? People are used to watching wrestling on a Monday, and if they don't go to Netflix for it, where are they going to find wrestling? If AEW come in and go onto Fox, they could be there to mop up, you know? They could be the wrestling fix for those people that for some reason don't go to Netflix or maybe don't have Netflix. There could be people out there that don't have Netflix and don't want it. Maybe they end up watching AEW. That's a big network, man. That is a big network. That is something we need to keep an eye on. And then the only other thing I've got is that which has been, as we said, debunked. So that was it. That was Unseen. It went way longer than I wanted, so I'm going to run away. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you again next time. Bye for now.